In the heart of the valley, cradled by frost-kissed hills and silent pine forests, lay the village of Sweetbriar, a place known for its songs, its lantern festivals, and the warmth of its people. But one winter, the songs faded. It began with a snowstorm, unlike any before. Days passed, then weeks. The sun did not rise. The sky remained a soft, endless gray. Snow piled higher than rooftops, burying the paths, the gardens, and the joy. Fires crackled low in hearths. The food stores thinned. Laughter, once the soul of Sweetbriar, vanished like breath in the cold. But in a quiet cottage near the edge of the village lived a girl named Clara. Clara wasn't loud or bold. She didn't speak much, but her actions were poetry. She brought warm bread to lonely neighbors, tucked sparrows into nests made from her mittens, and left sugar cubes on windowsills for winter bees that had no flowers. Her parents worried. "Clara, we must save what we have." But Clara always smiled softly and said, "Kindness grows warmer when shared." One silent night, when even the stars had hidden, Clara heard a sound, barely more than a whisper. Crunch, crunch, crunch. She peeked out and saw a trail of footprints in the snow, and leading them was a creature as white as the frost, with silver eyes like moonlit glass, a snow hare. It paused, then looked back, as if waiting. Heart thumping gently, Clara wrapped herself in her thickest scarf and followed. Through buried trees and icy winds they traveled. The snow hare never slowed, and yet never outpaced her. It led her beyond the familiar hills to a place no map held, the Frozen Glade, a secret woven into stories older than the village itself. In the center stood a towering glacier, hollow at its core. Inside, everything shimmered with blue firelight, walls of crystal, floors of glassed ice, and at the very center, a lantern. It wasn't ordinary. It pulsed faintly like a heartbeat. And surrounding it, like statues carved from frost, were the ice spirits, tall, translucent beings with eyes of wind and snow. Clara took a step forward, her breath forming clouds in the cold. A spirit stirred. "To touch the lantern is to awaken the flame of thaw," it said in a voice like cracking ice. "But only a soul warm enough can bring it to life. Not by might, not by will, but by kindness." Clara didn't speak. She simply stepped forward and gently placed her hands on the lantern. Nothing happened. She bowed her head, not in failure but in peace, and whispered, "For the children with no soup, for the elders with no firewood, for the sparrows and the bees. For warmth, not for glory." Then the lantern flared, golden, soft, and growing brighter until the entire cave shimmered with warmth. The ice spirits bowed. The hare blinked once and vanished into mist. Clara walked home with the lantern in her arms. When she returned to Sweetbriar, the snow began to melt. Not all at once, but slowly, gently, just enough to clear roofs, warm cheeks, and spark laughter once more. The lantern was placed in the village square, and its flame never faded. Each year, on the coldest night, the villagers gather around that lantern. They bring stories, share warmth, and offer a moment of silence for the snow hare, the ice spirits, and the girl who followed kindness through the cold. They call it Lantern Day. And the tale they pass down isn't of great battles or wild magic, but of a gentle girl who proved that the smallest light, when fueled by kindness, can warm even the coldest of winters. Moral: kindness is not loud, nor is it always seen, but it burns brighter than fire and lasts longer than the longest winter.